talk to me about that moment. Like, let's say it happens on a Friday and now Monday rolls around and you're going, the last 20 years I've done this. Now
there's a grieving process for sure.
Yeah.
That lasted probably a week or so. But then the realization hits you that, I've got a wife and kids and mortgage, and like this has to get taken care of. And so that's when I was just like, God, I don't know what to do. And he's like, well, what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? And I was like, well, I'm good at helping creative things actually come to life and happen. And I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, just start asking.
Yeah.
So I literally opened up my contacts list on my phone and just started going through the contacts list. Yeah. And by the time I got down to Darren Cooper, I called him and said,
and now look at us.
And he said, hey, you do video editing, or you need video editing help. Probably you do a video agency thing, right? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I probably got some things I could throw your way. Cause again, I had no video editing. I've been doing video editing for over 10 years. You had to know it. Yeah. If you're going to be in creative church ministry and not a mega church, you have to know everything.
It's wild, dude.
So I called you up and you're like, yeah, I could probably use some help. Started doing a little bit of that. That was going well. Was pursuing some nonprofit work over on the side. Yep. Did that a little bit too.
I remember that.
Yada, yada, yada. Here we are.
Yeah. What I love that you pointed out there, Dustin, is something that is probably easily overlooked. And it's funny, man. I was sidebar here. I was talking to one of our clients, Darren Ho, earlier today on his podcast, and he was walking through some things on his episode about just learning your leadership voice and like all this kind of stuff. And it was one of those things that it was like, it's so simple, but it's not easy. It's so simple that it's easily overlooked. And what you said here, and what I would encourage anybody that's listening that might find themselves in a very, similar circumstance to Dustin, is it was asking yourself, what am I good at, and who can I connect with, or who can I reach out to? And that was the simple thing that literally was the catalyst that changed everything for you, was just simply going, what am I good at, and who can I help do that, and reaching out to them.
Yeah, I've always believed, maybe it's because I saw my dad was really, really good at, kind of before networking was even a phrase. My dad was a very social person. He had a lot of friends. He knew a lot of people. When we went out in public and we walked into a place, there was going to be at least one person that would shout my dad's name from across the room because he knew him, And I just learned, and my dad taught me how to introduce myself to people and shake a hand and look at them in the eye and give a firm pump on the handshake and things like that. And so, a pleasure to meet you, like all, and so I think it just from an early age, I just was connecting with other people was something that I saw as important. And also something that really came natural to me. We were just talking with Saul the other day about how, we always made friends when I was little, when we would go on vacation for a week to the beach, and I would just make some random friend, you know what I mean? At the beach for the week. I was never the type of kid that would, if I was there, my sister was 6 years older than me. So, but yeah, so
that's fun.
I think a lot of that had to do that Rolodex that I was able to go to. You were in my contacts list for, I guess at that point, let's see, that'd have been 2020.
Oh, we're doing math now? Oh boy.
Yeah, you were probably in my contact list for at least 10 years at that point. I think we met each other in the early 2010s.
Easily,
easily, if not before that. And so it literally just, those connections, again, going back to my days of Liberty, I made a lot of connections there. And a lot of those connections have paid off over the years.
Yeah.
So even when I stepped out onto my own, one of my buddies that I played with at Liberty, he had been basically entrepreneuring since we were in college and never worked for anybody else but himself. Yeah. Even to this day. And he just basically coached me for free my entire first year of being on my own, and just said, like, here are the things you need to be thinking about, and here's where you need to not get overwhelmed. And here's where you need to lean into this fear, and here's where you need to ignore this thought. And, that type of stuff really, it saved me through that season for real.
Oh man. That's such a beautiful thing to think through, and a challenging thing for me, going, man, who have I just not thought about connecting with, or it's almost like that, you get what you ask for kind of thing, or you get what you don't ask
Yeah.
for. And so you're saying, man, I had this opportunity or this kind of in between things. And I just started talking to the people that I've connected with naturally over the years. And that became the new thing that I was able to drum up.
I still do that. I'm in the process right now of toying around with a creatives meetup here in the West Georgia area where I live. I live in between Atlanta and Alabama, and that area is called West Georgia. And I've literally went through my Rolodex the other day. I think I only got about halfway through. I need to probably do the other half this week, but I call it my Rolodex because I'm old. But I mean, the contacts list.
40 plus, that's what you have to say.
Yeah. I opened up my contacts list. I never even owned a Rolodex.
Me neither.
Opened up my contacts list and I just started going down it. And I was like, and all I was looking for was, when I was looking at someone's name, as I was scrolling from the A's and going all the way down, I was thinking, are they in West Georgia? Number one. And are they a creative? Now, they don't have to be a creative professional. They don't have to be a creative business owner, but are they a creative person?
Creative person, yeah.
Do they operate out of a space and a mental capacity of creativity? Do they create some type of something, right? And so I just started shooting out messages. Hey, I'm thinking about, had the one message, I'm thinking about doing this. If I did this, would you come?
Yeah.
And I sent out probably 20 messages, and I'm only halfway through my Rolodex right now. Yeah. And the reason I can do that is because I try to get out there and meet people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now I have that ability when I go, hey, I want to float this idea, or I want to, or I still, even for my business, I will go through my contacts lists probably 2 or 3 times a year and go, is there anyone in my contacts list that I could either pursue as a client, or they would know someone that I can pursue as a client?
Yeah.
Because my contacts list is growing all the time. Like, I'm always, hey, can I get your number? Can I get your number? And so I may not have asked them before, or maybe I did ask them, but it was 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just do that. I don't know how we got on this conversation, but
hey,
that's where
no, it speaks to, like, I'm sitting here going, I need to do that. It's like,
I got 500 contacts in my phone. Like, someone's got to know somebody that needs something.
It goes back to the thing that we have to do is easy, but not something that we think about doing. Right. Yeah. Like it's not, or I guess it's simple, but it's not easy. That's probably the way that I would word it. And so, yeah, man. Well, take me back then real quick. You're in this process, or about to step into this process. Like, what was the scary part about that? What were you emotionally thinking?
I thought we were going to lose our house. Yeah. I thought we were going to have to move back to Virginia with my wife's parents or something. And that we were going to have to start all over again in the middle of our lives. That was the scariest part, for sure. Yeah. That, I thought that I was going to, there was no way this was going to work. 'Cause, like, going back, I couldn't imagine it working, because I'd never imagined anything outside of working for a church.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know how this is supposed to work. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know, like, when, because I applied for, Home Depot and places like that all over the place, thinking I'm going to have to get it. And I never even got hey, we received your application, we'll get back to you. Nothing.
Seriously.
Nothing.
So you were even at a place where you were like, I got to do something even outside of what would be considered my normal. Like, I'm just going to go get the side gig.
Yeah. I was thinking I can go get a quote unquote day job while I start this business. And, luckily, thank God, my friend had a nonprofit that they were looking for an executive director for.
Yep.
I'm really good at building things.
Yep.
You know that. I build systems now for a living, essentially, for creative businesses. And so he needed somebody to kind of basically build some infrastructure and processes around this nonprofit as we were trying to get it off the ground. And I took a pay cut, for sure, but I was able, it allowed me the ability to pay the bills, while I built this business.
So did you lose the house?
We did not lose the house. I had a friend, I'm sure he wouldn't want me to say who he is, so I won't, but I had a friend, him and his wife told us about a week after the separation from church work happened. He's like, don't worry about the house. We've got you covered. If you can't make your mortgage payment, we will.
Hit you up kind of thing, which is awesome. Did you have to move in with your in-laws?
No, sure didn't. Never had to. We're still in the same house that we were in when I made the transition.
Man.
And I drive a nicer truck now.
Yeah, you do.